can provide, like I said, a seamless transition from services from zero all the way to the right to here.
Can you hold the iPad?
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry about that.
Oh,
We
no,
just have
I'm
people.
holding it for you.
You're on.
You're on.
My name is Mike Eccles. I'm a real estate developer with a company called Envision Development Group. Happy to be here. I was invited by John. Hi, John. We met at one of the Metro Joint Development meetings, but we are real estate developers. We've been in the design industry for over 20 years, working on projects abroad in China, South Korea, Qatar, Dubai, those sorts of things in the hotel resort industry. Worked a lot with Disney and Paramount and design theme parks and master plan communities, things of that nature. This will scroll through some of the work that we're presently working on. Presently, we established a development group last year, so it's our second year. And we're presently working on high-rise hotel development in downtown Los Angeles. We're restoring a 100-year-old hotel and putting a 300-room addition onto it and bringing some entertainment, hospitality groups in, AEG and a few others. And then we have a second project that we're working on down near in Inglewood, across from the Rams Stadium. So that'll be a very similar type of property. But the property that I was initially working on that really piqued interest in the city was a mixed-use affordable housing solution. And what it is, the first one, I'll pull this up for you, is located on Figueroa in Manchester, just across from the KIPP Charter Academy. I can put this over here so you can kind of see a picture of it. And what it is a mixed use of 255 units for seniors and 35% to 50% of the area median income. There's about 100,000 square feet of retail on the first two stories. But the feature that I'm most excited about is there's an urban farm on the roof. There's 20,000 square feet with each the aeroponic plant. So if you can see that there, the roof is literally filled with the aeroponic plant. So our estimation is that we'll be able to produce about 200 tons of produce a year just from the roof. So the idea is to have a community service nonprofit, a la Boys and Girls Club, YMCA. We're working with a group now called City Lights. You might do the annual inner city marathon every year. So they may come in and have the space and provide pools and helping fitness programs, healthy wellness programs, yoga, meditation, things that our philosophy is we need a foundation of health in order to thrive, and the second thing is we need good nutrition. So that takes us to the rooftop, which, as I said, is about 20,000 square feet, but it connects directly to a 40,000 square foot space, which we've earmarked for a supermarket. When we spoke with the YMCA, they have some programs in place with grocers that could possibly come in, but you know, we haven't decided on who the retailers would be. But we have pretty much chosen our nonprofit. You know, we are developers. You know, we're not agriculturalists. We are business development people, so we can put the model together. But we're seeking that partner to come in with that expertise that knows, you know, how we can package it, how we can create programs that make this a seamless. So once we get our first one, we already have a second site. So our goal is really to develop about 10 of these in over the next 5 years. So that's, you know, that's well over about 3,000 housing units and like 4,000 tons of produce. So it's revenue generating and something that there's reclaimed water, there's solar heating and solar energy. So we're trying to make it at least platinum status, LEED certified.
And what we get to offer, similar to, you're going to hear a little bit about Gloria, is that creating in that location a hub where people that live in that community can come create, produce, you know, and get educational credit, get paid, and you know, from the educational and economic development, because now they're going to care about their community.
Absolutely.
So thank you for being here and look forward to
Absolutely.
working together. Yeah.
I'm gonna help.
You become this.
Okay.
He's recording it.
Glad to be sitting next to you. So, and next to John also. My name is Tonya McDonald, and I'm the president of Global Business Incubation. One of the co-founders. We've done some, you know, very exciting things in business incubation. One of the things that you were talking about when you were talking about real estate development, one of our partners actually needs housing for at-risk youth and for housing for, excuse me, for transitional youth. And he has all the funding because the programs that they have, that the county and the, you know, and the other areas, you know, have, the money's there. And they've been in the business for about 20 years. And now they're looking to expand because there's such a huge need, as you know, Brad.
Absolutely.
So looking for people who have real estate.
I told you.
Okay.
That's me.
But we also, you know, the other thing that you were talking about, your hotels and things of that nature, I'm on the board of directors of Okra Restaurant Group, and we have a world-class chef who has created a concept called Red Yam Southern Grill, which is healthy soul food, healthy organic soul food, smoked meats, the whole. But he's, you know, he was trained by Wolfgang Puck as one of the trainers. And he used to, you know, and he knows how to create successful entities, successful restaurants that thrive. So those other things that you do, hotels and all that kind of stuff. I want to talk to you about that.
I feel like this is the one life. Where everybody's like, you meet everybody and one's better than the next.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And then the other thing is that we have a partnership with Loyola Marymount University, and they believe that, you know, we need to do things for our veterans and create successful models and business incubators, and also talk about the future of where everything is going and how our veterans who have been trained can participate. So we're hosting a conference in November. So I want to talk to you about that. Done. Thank you.
Hi. How do you follow that? That's great.
Well, John Bollinger, and I'll share this with you. The last couple of weeks, I've been very actively involved in the marriage of my daughter.
Yes.
Which was successfully completed. So now I'm free to start talking about a few other things. Also, before that marriage project, I had the opportunity, I reached out to go to a number of major meetings, including 2 joint development meetings, one of which we're going to be talking about now, the Metro joint development meetings. And I'm also pursuing a certificate as a vendor to Metro, and the reason for that is Metro has several $1 billion in projects. The city of Los Angeles, the county of Los Angeles, several $1 billion in, and what are those projects? Well, they're not only the development of the rail system, but they are the development of joint developments and opportunities for architects, engineers, and developers to put projects in. And As you know, we've been pursuing the LA World's Fair, and they've been talking about locating near metro lines, and also in connection with the incubator project. We're talking about a regional innovative incubator network, and I'm also trying to tie that in with the development of the rail system for obvious reasons, to save energy, reduce the use of the automobile in the region, and so forth, but also create a lot of jobs. So what I'm really saying is there are opportunities happening right now, commitments, procurements of developers happening right now. When I say now, I mean within the next couple of months, that will affect the next 20, 30 years in Los Angeles in a big way. And I'm glad to have Mike. Mike was one of the guys that I met at one of these events. At another event, I met Saeed. I have over 50 cards that I got, and I've been networking with about 40, 50 people, including many people at Metro and the city, etc., who aren't at this table, but who could very well network with all of us in one way or another. And I'm hoping to get certified within the next couple of weeks so that I can be eyes and ears with Metro. That's a way of getting notices of all these things going on. But also, I'd like foster some collaborations here, and we can already hear some of those in the works. Thank you for letting me share.
And can I just say this real fast? All of this is because of Marcellus. Okay, and even students that have helped us with everything.
This is student. This is true. So because I'm going to ask you, if you don't mind, if I keep you just for 1 second, because I have a mom that I don't know how long the little one has, but she's almost at our dream, because and this is exactly design and mapping services for the community, by the community. And I want all of you guys introduce yourself and tell us how you heard about us and what you need. And I'm sorry I skipped the birth because of the baby. We don't know how long the baby. So she gets priority. I do prefer women, so I said out loud.
Well, I'm semi-retired, and today was one of my important days. We keep our twin grandkids on Thursdays,
Oh, you're so young.
I didn't want to miss this opportunity. I'm from Los Angeles. I spent the last 30 years in philanthropy with organizations like the California Endowment, and I run a small foundation headquartered out of Oakland right now that focuses on people of color around consumer issues. But that's not, I heard about, I don't know if it was over cocktails or with some of the folks that I've made grants to, about something happening at Trade Tech where you could dream out loud about what communities need and actually operationalize ideas through input from folks who are gathered with different ideas, but wanting to operationalize those and respond to community needs. My family, my brother and I own some commercial property on Slauson near Overhill, and I love to network. That's, I mean, part of being in philanthropy is getting to know everything, hoping that you know everything. And I obviously didn't know everything because I didn't know about all this. This is so nice. I met and talked to the assistant to Mark Ridley Thomas, who is the supervisor for the county. And he's doing a massive storefront redevelopment program and planting trees and other kinds of things. But his focus stops two blocks from your property. I saw it. Called the other councilman and said, you know, wouldn't it be nice to plant trees? And I want, you know, I heard there are artists in the community, and we might want to do a gallery. There are no coffee shops. I picture these places like in DC where there are overstuffed sofas and people bring their bring their kids in and read books and buy books. And so we have all these ideas. We've rented one building, but the one that's still vacant is about 2,000 square feet. It reminds me a lot when I went to the Underground Museum. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. It's in partnership with MOCA. It was like I walked in and said, this is what I picture for that community. I mean, it's just perfect. It has the same depth in terms of a space behind it. Anyway, bottom line is that we've got it. My husband's, it's his favorite project. My kids have great ideas and no time. So I reached out with an email, and you were so kind to respond and say, the timing might be right, why don't you come by? So I'm here.
And guess where our installation could be? So you just need to ask, and you know, it's all designed up there.
So that's sort of why I'm here. I came to learn in here, and
so you can see all the beautiful people. And
exactly
you're gonna
all
hear
the
more.
accomplishments. It's wonderful.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being here. And make sure you sign in, and feel welcome to bring the kids next to you, no
Yeah, sorry,
problem.
but-
And then we're gonna continue
Perfect,
tradition, and then
perfect.
we're very interested
Try not to
in
disrupt
helping
if we can leave.
you designing definitely. We wanna help you design your vision. Emily. Thank you, Lynn. You're so kind.
Hi, my name is Lynn Crandall, Director of the USC Institute for Genetic Medicine Art Gallery. That's been in existence for 16 years.
Andrew, we don't have a good image there. Oh, that's much better.
Sorry. I needed an architect to make this happen. Okay, so the gallery started because I felt there was such a lack of communication between the sciences, the arts, and the new technology that was coming on. And early in the game, I met Marcella, worked with Ken Wyrick and Tonya. Before I even started the gallery, I was working with Tonya. And gradually have met most of the people in this room. And it becomes more and more evident to me the need that we have to communicate with each other to share and leverage existing resources and become stewards of self, others, and the planet. And we can't wait for the big money and the big guys to stop and understand us. We're stumbling along. None of us really know how to get this thing done. But when we work with each other, we can help each other and find a lot of the answers. And in the process, I met here at Encounter Jim Beddoes from Palo Alto Research Center, and my interest in technology and everything. I've been reading these books by Michael Lewis. I don't know if anybody knows.
Lynn, can you be careful with the camera there?
Here,
Let me.
Your hand is right by the camera. Okay, thanks.
Okay, so these by Michael Lewis, and they explain the way that the new technology is changing our attitude toward democracy and all the good things that can come about if we are mindful stewards, and the dangerous things that can happen if we aren't. And I think that making a network of networks is really important. I started my own network, then I heard about Marcella's. I joined and partnered with Marcella, and in the process I keep meeting more people, and I just wanted to show that this coming Sunday we're having an event, and the way the events work, we have Eventbrite. I'm going to pass this around. If you want your email, want to put your email here, I'll send you this event so that you can register for it. And the example I want to show you of how we're a network of networks, we put everybody's logo who's helping us partner on the Eventbrite and invite on the programs, and everything we do are giving everybody credit for the role they play. We have MOUs, budgets. We do everything the old-fashioned business way to prevent and heal any kind of misunderstandings and discord. But at the same time, we're working as hard as we can and stumbling and tripping all over the place using the new technology. So this event is in August, and it's about an autism group of people from all over the globe that are coming together. And we have amazing opportunities to help people in the incarceration and moving into jobs and all the difficulties that people have with their different learning modalities. So this is with the autism program, and this is with the program this Sunday called Inner Self, Outer World, and it's about technology and understanding human behavior the same way that the microbiologists are understanding cell behavior. So I'll pass these around, and thank you so much.
Many times the exhibits, and I'm grateful for my students, and when you hear about Gloria's project, I want to make an exhibit about the work that her company do.
I don't want to go looking for exhibits. I just want them to come to me. So,
that's what I'm saying.
Hi, I'm Greer. I met Marcella at PODpioneers, the conference, and started coming along to these and helped her with a couple grants and River Lab stuff. And I just end up sort of hanging around and helping out when I can. And I just like to come along because it's nice to sort of see what everyone's up to, and I can have sort of the connections being made, and if anybody ever, can utilize me, then I'm pretty available. So.
Be careful, you got a couple of nonprofits.
She's amazing. We're still going to compete for the Urban River Lab in October, and you guys can see the link on the email I sent you. So she's probably my right hand for the Urban River Lab, and we're still going to do it. Thank you.
Thank you
Okay.
for volunteering.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I'm Ricardo Guerrero. I'm the Social and Art Director for Pico Union Housing. I started the Graph Lab, which is an urban artist spot where artists go and paint and express themselves on Saturdays and Sundays. We wear many hats in the nonprofit world, I'm sure you all know. So if I explain every hat I wear, we'll be here all day. But basically, you're all invited to the Graph Lab. It's Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 5. We also have other programs that we have branched out from the Graph Lab. We have chess classes, we have recording studio, boxing, we have the art gallery. We're starting folkloric dance. We're starting an Aztec troupe to do the dance for the Virgin of Guadalupe on the 12th of December. On August the 13th, we'll be celebrating our 10 years of the Graph Lab, which you're all cordially invited. Consider this your invitation. You're not getting one in the mail. But we're going to be having a car show with the neon lights and the motors and that kind of deal. And we'll be having bands playing all day, and we'll be having our dancers doing their thing, and hopefully y'all can make it.
What is this again? So we just Google
August the
Graph
13th.
Lab?
Yeah.
If we Google Graph Lab, we'll find you.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And also the Graph Lab under Pico Union House. I'll pass this around.
I am thinking when you like as you walk by,
For
the
sure.
artist can tell you about
Okay.
the sensor. I'm just thinking everything in the internet of it.
Sure,
Furniture
sure.
talks to you, your own software. We'll have everywhere.
Hi, my name is Ian Davis. I've lived in Pico Union for 16 years. I've known Gloria and Ricky for as long as I can remember. I've gone to many neighborhood meetings over the years. Kind of been all over the place with whether it's each community meetings or neighborhood council. I just kind of came to here to see what you guys are all doing and maybe get involved and hopefully continue to come. And my background is mostly in historic preservation and restoration, and hands-on learning and actually taking classes anywhere. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of places to learn historic preservation and restoration. I think a lot of you are very interested in it. So. Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Where did I put? What's your name? Is it on? Okay. Hi, my name is Gloria Farias. I'm the director of Pico Union Housing Corp. I came aboard maybe 45 years ago. I would work for Pico Union Teen Post, more with gangs and outreach children and at-risk children. They asked me to sit on the board of director of affordable housing, and I kind of mixed things when HUD and CRA and everybody was more into brick and mortars. You can change a window, you can change a carpet, but you can't buy a typewriter or a book for a child. So I married the outreach and the youth and the gang component that I learned at my young age and married it to the nonprofit. And because there's no money out there and nothing to how to make things work, and I needed money to help the kids go to school, go to work, and there was nothing in Pico Union. It was one of the highest crimes. The deaths were all over. So I started into affordable development. I started with 300 units, and now under my portfolio, we have about 1,000 units, 44 buildings. We have Section 8, tax credits, tax bonds, you name it, whatever is there, I go after the money. I'm a true believer, and here's a couple of things. I'm a true believer of showing people how to fish, and I'm a true believer also of, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh yeah, okay. What I mostly am interested is how do you pair up, and in this one I just sent you is Casas Alicias. That's 2 turn-of-the-century homes that were donated to Pico Union Housing. As they were a nonprofit, we say that we're going to be in affordable housing, but that we're going to get something donated. We say yes, we want it, but we don't know what we're getting into. Once I went home, I said, okay, I'm going to get 2 houses. What am I going to do with them? I have a class also that's called knowing where you work and where you live. So I know every piece of my community. I closed my eyes that night and I found a piece of land that was owned by the city. And I closed my eyes and I fitted in perfectly the 2 houses you're going around there. We moved them from one site because they were going to build condominiums there. They were going to destroy them, and we moved them to the Pico Union community on Alvarado, and that's going to be the future home of the historical apprenticeship program that we're going to partnership here with Trade Tech, and we'll be teaching the youth and the unemployed how to restore historical restoration. In Los Angeles, we have HPOCs throughout the city. So we want to go after all the HPs so we can start restoring their homes and building the community. At the same time, teaching the children how to learn apprenticeship program so they can go out on their own and do the apprenticeship program. Under my leadership, the Pico Union Housing that's going around, like I said, when I came on board, we didn't have no money, we didn't have no grants, so we were trying to figure out how to make money. So the only way I felt that I could make some money is going into and wearing a developer's hat. So I started going into development. So that's what I do. We develop affordable housing, mixed use, childcare, libraries. And we're not only in Pico Union, but our heart is there. I was born and raised in Pico Union. We have 500 units of affordable housing in Pico Union, but we have them in 120th and Watts, South Central, East LA, Hollywood, Mid-Wilshire, Sunset, you name it, we're there. I really like to work in hardcore neighborhoods. I believe that other developers in the city of Los Angeles that do big developments, that's what they do. I'm okay with that, but I'm more of a community developer. I go into the community and not only build affordable housing, but build the people that actually live there. I don't want them to stay in welfare or stay unemployed. We also get them to buying their home. Another thing that Olivia is going to talk to you about that I'm excited about is we're under the Casas Alicias program, we're going to go and make some programs to improve Pico Boulevard. Pico Boulevard, one of the stories that I always say is that I had a friend that I went into her house one day and she had a goat hanging in her kitchen. In her kitchen, and what happened is that the goat was hanging there, and I said, "What's this goat?" And she tells me, "My dad sells birria on Pico Boulevard on a pot." And it's a pool house. So he went to the pool house, and this is Pico Boulevard. This is Pico Boulevard, and my dream is to make Pico Boulevard a little mini Pasadena, a little mini Glendale. Why not? Inner cities also have the right to have a beautiful place to shop and dine and eat. The Staples Center is a half a block from there. We need to bring the people from the Staples Center's economic into there. Casas Alicias will also have an incubator, and we're forming a Chamber of Commerce for Pico Boulevard. So I'm really excited about that. Like Ricky says, I could stay here all day, but I'm here to help in any way that I can. I'm also, one of my dreams is to build affordable housing for people that are coming out of jail or people that are on parole, because it's very sad for me that somebody's coming out of jail and they go and live in one of our apartments and we have to either evict them because they have a criminal background and the whole family has to leave and go back to a little room or because their criminal background, and nobody's really doing anything about it. So I want to build affordable housing there, like a living services that has everything twice. So I'm interested in talking to anybody that wants to do that and join ventures with us. I have the expertise in developing affordable housing. I'll teach anything that I can teach. So I'm happy to be here, and thank you, Regis, for inviting us. I'm excited.
Thank you. Community development person that I ever met. I'm actually already started the process to give her an honorable degree from our program in architecture technology because she was able to envision and it fit exactly on the site. This is all her work, right? So she has already all these inside learning and training as an architect, right? And that's where architecture needs to come. Right? And every one of her properties, she knew the square footage, she knew the style, she knew how to maintain them, the landscape had to match. So she didn't know what I was actually giving her credit by examination. She knew everything about them. So I am going to start the process to give her an honorable degree from our program at TradeTech. Thank you.
This has a program where I want to develop what's in the project. West LA or whatever, a certain percentage of that goes to low-income housing. Are you tied in with that program?
Yes.
Okay.
But if you can send me anybody that has extra money, I'll be more than happy to talk to them.
How long have you been working for a year?
I started at 14. Okay, I went to Pico Unit Housing at 21, and I'm 60-something.
And thanks to Julian and Gomez here. Jimmy took my class in GIS, and thanks to him, I got to see. Those are the type of students we get at TradeTech.
I'm a student originally here at LA TradeTech, part of Professor Olivia's class, and a longtime volunteer and a recent new hire at Pico Union Housing Company. I've been there since February. Yeah. I am the executive assistant of Ms. Farias here, so basically the objectives that she has and that she has for the organization, I'm the boots to the ground. So for any questions that anyone has for any of the projects, I can assist in any way I can. Anything regarding her, she's the minds behind the operation. If you guys have any questions and would like to get in contact with any of us, I can pass around my card, or if you'd like to review any of the stipulations that are passed around.
It's worth visiting, and I have Grant Power from West Los Angeles. I've been telling them about your effort and visit your project.
No problem. We can have a meeting after.
Hello, Louis, and I'm an architect and designer, and sometimes I paint, and I work with Marcella here at TradeTech. I teach, and with Beth at Pierce I teach, and I work with Tonya on GBI, and I have to say I am just so in awe of everybody. What a group, you know. So I don't think I have anything amazing to say about myself, except I'm happy to be here with you all doing.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I guess so. I take those for granted. You know, it's like, but I love the kids. I love the kids, and I love the community, and I'm happy to be alive and well and working with everybody. I guess the easy way to say it is my heart's. So.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Beth Abels. I'm full-time professor of architecture at Pierce College out in the Valley, and Marcella is my counterpart here. So myself and engineering faculty just received a National Science Foundation grant to start something, partially to start something like this in the Valley, to provide services in the Valley for communities that may not get the same, or maybe our communities here don't get that much attention, but I think the Valley kind of gets disappeared quite a bit. And so we're going to try to set up things like something like the Encounter once a month for San Fernando Valley and areas. Our grant is to help increase enrollment and retention for women and minorities in architecture, specifically, and architecture and engineering. So STEM fields, at least that's what we call it, STEM fields, NSF grant. In the meantime, we run something, part of that is that we run something called the Collaboratory. So we provide, our students provide services for nonprofits and community organizations, and eventually like to move into Sustainable City Year and do work for city governments and things from our students really get involved in projects that are happening on the city level. So we're always amazed at the creative capital our students have, and it gets I don't have to talk about it, but it gets undervalued significantly, and our students come in with brilliant ideas and don't really get a chance to express those out and solve real problems in the community. And that's actually what, I mean, obviously that's what's happening here, and this is fabulous. How many of you come to this to look, to look for each other, to network, but also to look for students to engage that way. So
we usually got more students because it's summer. I don't know where they are.
yeah, gosh darn it, where could they be? So anyway, if you have people who are working in the Valley at all and want to have that opportunity to have that hub, that's what we're hoping to do. Encounter SFU.
Yeah.
You mean Thursday at 9, I think, is what you mean. Yeah. Oh, the Metro Rail.
And use your bicycle for the last mile. You don't have to just,
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
I come from the Valley, so I do the same thing. Take Metro. Yeah.
All right, won't be driving. Won't be driving. So those of you who want to come to 2 meetings,
Why not?
you have the opportunity.
Right. Sorry, would I be able to request maybe forwarding the detail to Oliva and then having the attachment on the
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
That's a great idea.
that all right with you?
Yes, absolutely. Please.
Great.
Okay. My name is Kenneth Wyrick. I've met most of you here. I'm a former art conservator started LA County Museum, and I've been a information communication technologist here the last 10, 12 years, and dealing a lot with the digital divide and with community organizations. I'm on the board of the We Can Foundation, which is about 20 years old, which is a statewide special education service, actually supplemental and special education service that's in 100 school districts around the state, and we provide literacy in English and math, and it started as a digital divide type organization. So we're now moving into my expertise, which is information communication technology and getting computer training. And one project that would be good, we do the last Sunday of the month, there's been an arts walk going on for 4.5 years in Lamert Park, and we're right on deck. And the Sankofa walk has our noted African American community, it's like the Walk of Fame in Hollywood, and we'd love to be able to document and use those on the trees so as people walk by to sense.
Oh,
So we've already started collecting the information, we photographed it, and we're going to expand it so it goes all the way around Lamert Park. With Chaos, which is over at the corner of the park, he's the core, Ben Caldwell and the Chaos Network. And actually, one project that we're working on that will be kicking off in September is to do the self-driving autonomous vehicles for Leimert Park. We have a people street, and then the next vision is to do autonomous vehicle because Leimert Park is the only one of the stations that is a pedestrian transit zone of any of the stations from Exposition to the airport. And so we're looking at how do we actually build community centers that can attract students from Crenshaw High School, Dorsey, and the feeder school, Bradley Elementary and Audubon School, and create that not only as a pedestrian, but as an educational zone. And then we have the mall that's only a couple blocks away, the Crenshaw Mall, and connecting that where there's another station there. So that's one project. I was fortunate to go to Africa the first time this year and was lucky at this scale exhibit, Southern California Linux Expo. I'm a avid free open source software fanatic, which started at USC and is still the hub here in Pasadena. I was fortunate to go to Africa, and I met someone at the Scale exhibit from World Possible, which is an organization in Santa Monica that provides Raspberry Pi. What they do is they license Wikipedia, Khan Academy, the 100 greatest books, just a plethora of information for offline learning, and put it on a little 64 gig chip that fits in the same size as that in a Raspberry Pi, and provides offline learning to. We're in Ghana, we're in Sierra Leone, and so I recently got so energized by that project. I took some to Ghana with me and visited multiple schools there, and so that's like one other project. And then one other project that I worked on in the last 8 months was the XQ Super School, which was reinventing schools for the next 100 years. Yeah. It's looking at what particularly high schools, what was wrong with schools, and this was like a whole research project for me. Mrs. Dobbs is the one that put it out, and so I was entered in about 3 different schools, but the research led me to the Advanced Distributed Learning, which is the government's learning modules that go back to learning can happen anywhere. So experience, and so it's like the Internet of Things and things about gaming for learning, and the students are involved and they're at the top of the game, they go to the classroom, they're at the bottom of the game. And so there's a lot of this, just things that make sense if you think about them. I've been very stimulated by that, and I love dealing with Marcella and coming and being part of these. So thank you for having me and always inviting me and always answering my email. She's consistent, and to her students too. She's wonderful, definitely dedicated and devoted to feedback and support. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. You're inspired.
Hello everybody, my name is Syed Kaleem. This is the first time I'm here. I was invited by John Bellinger, and we met at Metro. I'm a telecommunications engineer, and Metro is developing, designing, trying to bring the cell phone service inside the tunnels for the last few years. And it is a struggle, but it's going on. I am interested, and I have to get into that project so that I could help them move forward with this, because I've been seeing them doing this for the last 5 years and they've been just struggling. John said that he would be able to help me, and if I could come over here and interact with other people also who may be interested in utilizing my services as a telecom engineer. That was the reason I'm here, and I found out a variety of group of people over here who may be able to utilize my services. Real estate is another field that I am interested in. as an investor and as or maybe as a provider of low income or what do you call it, senior housing services, which I see that a lot of deficiencies there in Los Angeles and Los Angeles County. So I would really appreciate if we could exchange some information and maybe move on with some of the projects that I have some ideas with. Thank you very much for inviting me, and I hope to come here regularly and participate in this group.
Fantastic. Thank you for being here.
Hi, I'm Jim Bledsoe, and this is my second time here. And, I got the impression last time I was here it was the first time. I think I was mistaken there. But I mean, it was the first meeting of this group that I think that I was mistaken. And I have a degree in architecture, and am currently advocating the use of bicycles for primary transportation, all on the planet. The automobile is a bad mistake that we didn't understand how bad it was until really recently. But anyway, there's lots of stuff around this table here today that's really got me energized. If you think about what's going on this little ball of mud we are on, there's a real chance that the kinds of things we're talking about going forward in 10 or 15 years won't be possible because we won't have enough food. Because of for 10,000 years, you've been able to put a seed in the ground in April and get a sheet of wheat out of it in August. You know, just last week, the jet stream crossed the equator. The northern jet stream and the southern jet stream hooked up together. And, you know, that's the regulator of our climate, our stability of things that's where it is. And when that moves across there and the stable trade winds, you know, those little tropical winds that are warm, they tend to turn and stay. It's chaos, and it's leads to unpredictability. And so the idea of aeroponics, which is a different term than I think most of us have heard. Aeroponics means that the roots are not in water like aquaponics or hydroponics. They're actually just in air, and it's mist that gets up there to make the roots grow. And that's very light, and so you put it on the roof, it doesn't collapse the buildings. That's interesting. I haven't heard that term in a long time. And then, you know, in Pico Union, there's the whole, you know, this vast amount of apartment houses and stuff there. How much food is being grown in the lands there? How much solar panels are going on the roofs there? You know, the average cost for American monthly electricity is $100, right? If you put 8 panels on your roof, the payment for that for 15 years at 5% interest is about $75 a month. You save $25, and your energy is localized. You don't need to burn coal off in some far distant corner or something. So these kinds of things that moving towards that in a concerted effort makes me feel like there's hope. Like I don't have to just go run off, and, you know, because near-term human extinction is not craziness. We are really on the edge of something here. You know, there's 7 billion of us wandering around, and you know, the chances of us not being able to do that in the near future is actually real. You know, if you get crop failures throughout the Midwest and throughout Russia, and maybe China too, you know, what are we going to eat? And if we can't eat, then we can't do the kinds of things we're talking about here. It's just, you know, you've got to be able to eat. And so we need to be able to decentralize our food sources. What is it? What, 20 tons. I forget the number.
200.
200 tons. 200 tons of produce going to be grown on the roof of that building. How many people? How much of that food is going to feed the people in the building? And if that model works for that building, then do it for the building next door. And and then we don't need supermarkets. We don't need that stuff. We need to decentralize these things, because just being able to, drop a, fill up the tank, you can't do that anymore. We have to radically redesign the way we interact with our communities and with our situation, and that's really important. It's very, very important. And like this little Arduino monster here, that's huge. That's huge.
So in the interest
how
of time,
how does that compare to this laptop?
Well, this is the older model that we're getting 500 donated initially.
But just in general terms of computer power.
Oh,
that's a computer.
I know it's a computer.
I think it's probably half speed of a MacBook.
Okay.
With the newer one, which is going to come out in a couple
It can do as much.
months, it's just as fast as MacBook. Still low cost.
Right.
Yeah.
So in the interest of time, because I want everybody to present, and we have two presentations happening,
Oh,
I do
okay.
want to tell you two
Anyway.
things. Yes, exactly. We have other people, but that's fine. So I do want to tell you something. So he's also a brilliant inventor, creator, and his idea is that they have a shop for bicycles, but they take in also all the recycling of bicycles. So he's using all these, like window openings and bikes to carry food, like little cargo bikes, and so they're gonna be part of our network for this class, so we can utilize. He's really a genius. He's a great inventor, and by the year 2030, all these companies won't be able to send anything to the landfill. Period. What are we gonna do with all of these, right? So we're even thinking about urban intervention where we're gonna have bikes. And then I don't know. We're gonna be doing some kind of that as you walk by, the bike actually rotates. Some kind of put them horizontal. Anyway, we're gonna brainstorm with some ideas like that. So that's I agree with everything you're saying, but there's two things. At 3:30 we're gonna have a presentation. So I might stop you as we move along. But thank you very much for your comments. So let's just start a few presentations, a few introductions. Try to keep it short. And then at 3:30. So that's why I like
I'll be quick. I'm Mary Sutton. I'm a student at Antioch University. I'm in the master's program in urban sustainability. I've also been an activist for 10 years fighting prison and jail expansion in California. So I'm in the urban sustainability program, making an argument that incarceration is indeed not sustainable. So in my final semester, I'm developed a collective remake that will support the creation of worker cooperatives with former prisoners and their families. So I have a series of workshops that's going to happen at the Southern California Library starting at the end of this month. And we're reaching out to partners in the community because we also are in the initial stages of designing a recycling business. And this is simply to collect the cashables, the CRV beverage containers, to cash them in. It supports the state's zero landfill goals, but also to provide jobs for guys and to begin creating a worker cooperative that's a democratically run horizontal structure. So I'm working with members of the Fair Chance Project who are former prisoners with life sentences to get this project off the ground. We got our first partner is with Antioch, and I'm talking with Marcella and Brad about holding a cooperative consortium here on LA Trade Tech campus sometime in the fall, I hope, because there's a few different entities working on cooperative incubator initiatives in Los Angeles, but we need to come together and cooperate.
So I have a few different handouts about the workshops and about my initial proposal. If you already have some. Thanks.
Speak into the mic. Say hello, Mike.
Hi, how are you?
Les Amasaki.
Yes, that's who I am. How are you?
I'm at least fantastic.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Of course, you have to speak up a bit, though. But this is an introduction, but we're also doing a live streaming.
Oh, what do I have to say?
Introductions.
Oh.
Yeah, just ignore this.
I'm just Les Amasaki, and I'm interested in sustainable development. How's that?
Okay, well, you can speak loud there to them if you like. I'll just record it. Go ahead, let's introduce yourself. Yeah, we're moving down the way.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. My name is Les Hamasaki, and I'm an urban planner and used to be with the city of Los Angeles. And I have the opportunity and I guess pleasure to serve on 2 commissions, the Planning Commission under Mayor Reardon as the Vice Chairman, and we look at a sustainability plan for 2015, and was on the Airport Commission under Tom Bradley. And I'm interested in creating a sustainable urban garden program for the homeless to deal with the war on homelessness, poverty, and hunger.
Right ahead.
Hi.
I'll follow you.
I'm Betsy Hunter from PODpioneers. We've been communicating by email. Last year we had our big conference out in Claremont where we met Marcella. This year we're more boots on the ground and we've started our Pando hubs, and our goal is to find people that they want to do something that is environmentally right for their business or whatever they're doing, but they can't quite get over the hump. So we come in and connect them with whatever they need. Our first hub was the Natural Ivy Homeless Shelter in Koreatown, and they had a big house that leaks like a sieve, so we hooked them up with plumbers to work on that. And they also wanted an organic garden. So we have, over 6 weekends, we built them an organic garden that they will have for their 10 residents. It's very interesting because all the people we have contacted, I think all of them but one have said, we want a garden, whether it's I Heart Carson or the Maryknoll sisters out in Monrovia, everybody wants a garden. The people that don't are Amigos de los Rios, which I'm sure you know them, and the Emerald Necklace out in the eastern LA County. And we're working with them to set up a program of docents to help them connect with their communities so that people will have a feeling of the land and a feeling of stewardship for all the parks and recreational areas that are out there. So that's what we're working on now, ever onward. And it's always an inspiration to come here and hear what everyone's doing. Thank you, Marcella.
So I'm going to stop the introduction right now because the presenter is going to at 3:30. But just really quick, so let's see, just the promise stone. Obama for cities that were in state of disrepair in terms of poverty, entrepreneurship, and sustainability. And basically, they got the first promise stone, and then they submitted a second one. Nobody thought that we will get it, but Trade Tech as a leader, I don't know if you saw it on the LA Times, you go to slayseed.org or .com, and you can see all the partners. One of the most sophisticated collaborations that I've seen happening in Los Angeles. It does have an interesting polygon of the area it covers, but I don't know exactly, so there's a committee for Slate C. The mayor is very, basically it's actually a proposal by the mayor to the President of the United States, and even the President of the United States talk about the Promise Zone. It's exciting because we are part of it, because we are at Trade Tech. Right now, how all the logistics and how we will participate, I do not know. I am not part of that committee, but I'm sure that, you know, how all the puzzles will start falling into place. We did develop the logo. We did develop a few of the all the maps for the first submission. And I'm sure the momentum, even if we write grants, you know, one of the things with the Promise Zone is that if you are a Promise Zone, it basically gives you an extra check mark if you write a grant at a federal level. So it's a really good thing to have. So, so one of the things I always think is that we have the internet, we have Google, we have all these platforms, but having like some kind of an expo where students can just go and publish their work. We just have, or like you were saying, a bit of collaboration and cooperative, like I'll train your son in basketball if your mom can teach my other kid math, or everybody can come in the afternoon and do some weaving because you're gonna be working. That kind of complexity of helping each other. Everybody says job, but I believe that we can do a lot by collaboration for our communities. And then that in itself eventually will create revenue and invention and creativity. So there's these people that forever, thanks to Andrew Williams, they've been telling us, you guys can have your booth, and we could just, you know, maybe at least use it as an exploration for having a virtual booth, a virtual, yeah, can you turn off these two lights? And then we're going to have a 10-15 minutes presentation just so you guys can start exploring it. I'm going to explore it too. Hopefully the technology will work. And then we'll continue with the presentation. I'll show you the metro rendering. And then I think one of the things with the encounter that I always want is to have enough time for you guys to encounter each other. But for the following Thursday, that we'll meet, that will be August, whatever, but we'll meet on that August. We're going to have a presentation by Brad Carson about a very interesting perspective of how does he engage community. But that's kind of the rest. So what do I do here now? Ready? On mute. Do I have to log in?
He's sharing his screen, so he's actually logged in.
He's doing it now, Marcel. You don't have to do anything.
Okay. I just want to make sure I have the microphone.
I can hear you on the phone, but not on the speaker. So
we haven't muted.
That's
down in the bottom left. Video.
Oh, you know what?
You can hear us.
Oh, the volume.
Because I have these things.
Go to your volume control and then mute it.
I can't. I'm kind of stuck here. I cannot do anything. Okay, let's see what's going on. Start video.
What's this?
Well, actually,
So is it mute?
Maybe control escape.
I'm not certain how to work this out. Let's see here. Oh, so.
All right.
You, Marcel, but
okay, there we go.
Okay. We're good now.
Oh, hi. Good afternoon.
Hi.
Hello. Hi. Hi. All right, great. Well, can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Yes, we see a screen that says Job Expo 365.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for taking the time to. Thanks for taking the time to learn more about our new game changer solution. There's really a lot to talk about. For the next 15 minutes, I'll kind of walk you through what is.
Can you get in closer to the screen,
collaborative
Andrew?
workforce program, how all these different platforms work together to help great jobs, and most importantly,
Yeah. That's pretty good. Now we don't hear the sound. Careful for your mic.
know that a lot of small business, local, regional, and even national are having tough time to go exports or even imports. The challenge has been how to do it. And right now, the physical trading is very expensive. So it probably costs about $10,000 to $20,000. So that's why this new platform is going to help jumpstart local business, and most importantly, to really help open the gateway. You know, California is the #1 export. I don't know the numbers, but actually, we are actually doing more exports than compared to other states. So, an exciting thing that we're actually launching it. I'm actually working with GoBiz, which is under the Governor Brown's office, and CITV is a part of it. So this is really exciting because what we're going to do is create multiple hubs by country. And I'm going to walk you through what that means. Let me just log in here. Can anyone hear me okay?
Yes.
So, okay, here we go. Let's see here. Just, okay. Oh, let's see what happened.
Passwords. I think I would totally do it too if they could just put all my passwords on there.
All right, I'm not sure where I'm here. So basically, what we are trying to do here is, let me just go back here.
Take your time. I'm gonna tell them a little bit about how this reminds
Okay.
Are you ready? Whenever you're ready, just stop me. I'm just going to give you time to so you can go.
Yeah.
Let me. Focus on that, and then I'm just so. I got the experience of working with Second Life with NASA, where everybody became an avatar, and we just elevated the network work at NASA with all the scientists. So I think that this is something kind of similar, where people can actually, because if you think about it, we live in a three-dimensional environment, and I think that's going to be the next interface. And who are going to be the architects for the three-dimensional environment? So I see this platform as a way that instead of exhibiting your resume or something that is flat, that it actually, the relationships are three-dimensional. And I think that's what I seen from this expo. Okay?
Yeah,
go for it.
Let me just show you, this is the new platform, I'm sorry, for the virtual side, virtual learning. So this is a new platform that we're launching called 24houreducation.com, classroom.24houreducation.com. What this will do is really to bridge the gaps between the academia and also the commercial market. And this will be linked to the virtual expo network. So here we got a virtual classroom here, and we have the video conferencing built into this. We got QA, and then we have a live chat over here as well. We have a book meeting scheduler, and this is similar to what you see in the virtual expo as well. We also have an auditorium. And we're going to be, you can live stream integration with Google Hangout as well. And also every virtual booth, we call a virtual booth or virtual classroom, it's also fully integrated with Google Hangout and to actually bring multiple people and be able to collaborate, whatever, project you have, we can actually upload it and everything is all synced up. So we also have a networking lounge. This is where you can actually have a private chat and so forth. Now, this is the virtual learning side. We got the virtual job fair as well. Let me just here. There we go. The virtual job fair is something similar. You can see the same look and feel, but the key here is that this is for the employers. We got the both employer lobby and the workforce lobby. And the idea is that, well, there are always, employers are always constantly looking for top talent people, professionals, and so forth. And the challenge has been, at least I know that, from multiple recruiters that, well, they don't have time to train people. So what do you do? There's a big vacuum between the colleges and the kind of the workforce. What we want to do is basically using this as a bridge to link to the employers and recruiters as well as all the job seekers. And there might be potential internship. There might be potential temporary jobs or contracts that we can actually provide over here. But most importantly, for those of you who are still in college, to learn more about the skill sets that are required in the marketplace before you graduate. And this is the whole idea that we need to have something ongoing that is connecting to the marketplace. And when I say marketplace, we're talking employers and recruiters. We are working with IT Online. They have about 500,000 IT professionals want to bring to the platform. And on the other side, many recruiters in Silicon Valley. We have a database of 5,000 recruiters in Silicon Valley. They work with Google, Facebook, you name it, all over. And the idea is to use the platform to start bridging the gaps. Obviously, the top IT recruiters, they want the senior people, but there are always jobs that are for entry level as well. And the thing, let me show you the workforce. So the workforce is basically, you can pose your picture, and you can actually have your resume over here, and then you can have a live chat. You can actually set up meeting for interviews and so forth. You can, let's say I'm an employer, I come to your booth, I like what you see, what you have, and then I can submit opportunities to you. Okay, and then for the employer lobby, so I basically will be a job seeker. Let's say I go to Facebook, then I check out the whatever jobs there. Then you basically submit your resume. So it's very simple. We try to make it very simple, not too complicated. But most importantly, I want to have the same look and feel across 3 key different applications. This is the virtual job fair. The one that I mentioned, just walk you through is the virtual learning, and then we got the virtual expo as well. Okay, so that's really what we are doing right now. Let me stop. Do you have any questions?
Yes, could you explain the talent expo, please?
I don't don't have it right now, but we're going to be launching in a couple weeks. But basically the same. I mean, the core foundation is the same, but there's always obviously there's a customizations on the talent expo. Yeah, so it's going to be getting a lot of demands on that. One from UK, and so we're going to be launching that as well.
If I could interject, Matt, I'm bringing the Talent Expo to the attention of everyone here, because the idea is to also provide entrepreneurial opportunities for the people who are involved and vocational. But everyone has a talent skill. We're here in Los Angeles as a global marketplace. So what we're suggesting is that South Los Angeles can actually be the driving force for economic development if we, in fact, empower the people that are here. So the idea is to use these tools because the tools are there, but we need to populate it. Tanya McDonald knows better than anyone else. We need 10 smart teams. But the idea is to actually use this platform. Matt's provided us with the opportunity for everyone in here, if you so choose, to get a virtual booth. And we'll actually do the setup for you. We'd like to get this done this week because before we reach out to like Slate C and those 52 partners, we need to have it populated with people that are actually doing things. But the greatest heartbreak has been coming to these encounter meetings once a month or once every month, every other month, and nothing happens in between. So the idea is to provide virtual booths and collaboratories so we can all be avatars, and then we can build a collaborative, interactive calendar of events that will involve the people here as individuals and also as organizations and businesses. So Matt, you have about 2 minutes. Anything else left for you?
So I want to tell you, I don't think I've seen other environments from them, and the idea is that you enter into that conference, you see ENCOUNTERla, and then you have multiple booths, and in each booth it has each of you, like your but it's three-dimensional, and as you enter into the space, you can actually move around and rotate around. So we didn't get to see that technology, whatever, but that's kind of the vision. And then you enter into this, and another person can actually come to it. So that's the vision. We're working on that, and then this is actually a good. We're going to continue. I really appreciate your time, and I really want to support this direction. But I think I need to learn a little bit more about it so we can actually facilitate it with some students. So I really like it.
Yeah. So. Yeah, the idea is that you can actually, let me just go back here.
I actually, can we postpone this because I have other people, the meeting finishes at 4 and we have to cover other things.
Okay, sure,
so let's just this be like an introduction and we're going to continue coming to you and looking at these possibilities.
Yeah, definitely, no problem.
All right, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for your time.
So as we continue, I see a lot of people. Welcome, all of you guys. Thank you so much for being here. So we spend a lot of time it's more like an introduction. It's like an update, 2-3 minutes update of who we are. And the whole idea of the encounter is to make a better world and better communities. And we can continue. I think maybe we can start here telling us a little bit about you. And then I'm going to look for the other 2 presentations that I'm going to show.
Okay, very good. Greetings, everyone. Since there's more in the back, I'll stand. I'm Brian Franklin. What intrigued me about today is we're talking about the Crenshaw Metro. I am actually the unofficial mayor of Crenshaw Boulevard, and I own CrenshawBoulevard.com, something I bought years ago because I knew that the rail line would impact the businesses, and guess what? I was right. And so one of the things that I am is a visionary. Sometimes that's good. For those of you in this room know, you're too far ahead of most people's thinking. It's an honor to be here. I'm Brad's Chief Technology Officer, and many people don't know what CTO do. We don't do anything. We think. And so they're thinking I'm a tinkerer. That's my background years ago. But what I do is think about what's next, big change. And I'm actually on the advisory board of City Lights. I found that quite interesting. And the young lady here mentioned that she's using an old school model for getting the word out, paper. We use a new school model. So there were 20 people here when I sat earlier. Now there's about 25. I'd like for everyone to get their mobile phones out. I want to give you some data about some work that we do that you can take from here and go forward. We created 18 years ago, an alternative to network marketing. Network marketing has been around aggressively since 1959. Most of you in the room know of it, have been in it, or know people that are. 98% will fail, but it's mathematically as to why. I'm not going to go into that at this moment. So in conclusion, text the word wealth to area code 323-451-5050. Again, text the word wealth to area code 323-451-5050. I'm Brian Franklin, and I approve this message. Thank you.
Okay. He looked at you.
Okay.
Yes, my name is Obalaji Kefren Russ. I have to say that slow because it's Yoruba, and most people
Lost the image. Oh, there we're back.
But I am a visionary. I am a spiritual scientist foremost. I'm a researcher. Researched in the Vatican Library, and one of the few black men who were admitted to the Vatican Library to do in-depth research. And they have the skinnies on everything and everybody at the Vatican Library. They got who has dirty drawers at what, 500 years ago. And so I did extensive research in the Vatican Library, and that opened my mind, and I've been into meditation, astral traveling, and all that from the Vatican Library. Now, why they don't teach that in the is because if they did, they would no longer control the parishioners. The parishioners would control themselves. As a supreme creator has created all of us, it did not make junk. You are not inferior to anybody. When you activate your energy vortex centers and run that energy from your gonads to your top of your head, you will do and achieve whatever you can four-dimensionally conceive. Now, I would like to be an innovator and come to Trade Tech and start a club of innovators, a club of engineers, a club of urban horticulture, where you can grow food that has 500 times the value. And this is the reason why people are coming down with all kinds of civilized diseases. You have, the Supreme Creator has endowed you to have a lifespan going up to 1,000 years. Nowadays, the cell division is only 50 to 80 times. Why is that? Because they have devitalized the food. You were eating genetically engineered junk. You are eating food that they take the vitamins and the enzymes out of the food so it has longer shelf life. And even the ants and the cockroaches won't eat the food. Okay, but you eat the food. And they charge you up the gazoo for the food. Now, you can grow through urban gardens, as it says up here. You can grow enough food to feed the whole community. In a 200 by 100 square garden, I fed a whole block of people for 5 years in Lynn, Massachusetts. And Lynn is a place where the waves crash up on rocks, and there's always salt spray in the air. And the scientist says you cannot grow food in Lynn, Massachusetts because of the constant salt spray. salt this keeps the soil from growing. Well, we did, and we used earthworms and horse manure, and in the second year we dug a pit to see how much we started out on coal cinders. The man had the man who owned the land, he owned this coal business, and he dumped cinders in his backyard and parked his trucks on it. And so we had to take picks to break that up, and we used earthworms. And in 3 years, we had 3 feet of black compost soil. And the combination of earthworms and compost soil, and plus chicken iguana, sea iguana is the best, okay? But it's real strong, you gotta dilute it. But all these factors, then combining mushrooms, myceliums, which hold any soil together, and myceliums, there are 3 myceliums that I would recommend that is a spontaneous remission for cancer, that I would recommend that everybody in the urban gardens grow. So everyone in Los Angeles, we create a model city. We bring the kingdom of heaven down to earth in less than 10 years. It can be done. All the component pieces are already in place. Everyone who has spoken today has an initial spiritual component to create a model community in Los Angeles, and Los Angeles will then be a template for all other communities around the world, and then we can overthrow the super rich elite without firing a shot.
Tell us all your wisdom, and you're gonna.
Let me mention one other thing real briefly.
1 minute, okay?
Can I have 1 minute? Okay. I would like here to find some students, create a flying saucer that's manufactured using your CAM and your 3D printer, and these students would generate revenue for the school, as well as we'll split the revenues. Half go to the people working in the project, and the other half goes to the school to support the school, so that you are not liable to the political winds that blow one way or the other way. Manufacture a flying saucer with 3 types of engines. One is a Continental Lycoming prop engine, the other is a jet engine, and the third is a scalar wave engine where you could fly out to space around the moon.
I'm telling you, you're gonna be a speaker for sure. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, few more. Can everybody, because I want to make sure before you guys leave, I share something. Can everybody stay till what is it?
Until we'll leave.
4:30? Yeah. I mean, we'll try to stop in 10, 15 minutes, but can you guys stay 10 more minutes?
Certainly. Certainly.
Yes. You have to leave? Okay, so let me then show the presentation. So I do want you to see this, especially because of your heart. Can you turn on the light? I'm going to show. Because this is the idea.
You know the parking rules on Grand?
The parking.
The rules of.
Of Grand?
Yes.
Did you put money in the meters?
My meter's fine, but just is it no parking after a certain time?
No, I don't think so. I think
you don't think so?
I'm not. I'm not sure to tell you the truth. So the idea is like I follow up. The idea is that we want to virtualize our community, and we want to do peace projects. And we just finished doing this for Metro. It's actually not even public yet, but this is it's avatar ready. This is actually an avatar ready technology.
Try the direct screen. It's right there in front of you.
So this was actually produced by the E7 Architecture Studio in partnership with LA Trade Tech Architecture and animation. But the reality is that once you have these virtualized, you can actually use it for energy, for water, for soil, for human. So it's creating that environment for us to collaborate and looking at all the environment interacting with each other. And I wanted to show you because you have some beautiful renderings, but what about if you don't only have the development, but you have the entire community? We hire over 23 students that virtualize over 2,700 buildings.
Amazing.
And this is the 8.5 miles of potential LAX. So again, this is probably, it hasn't even been out or public, but I couldn't wait to show it to our Encounter team because I think it's going to synergize a lot of our collaboration. I wanted you guys to see it. You've probably seen it before the board. But don't make that too public. Here at the bottom, you can see the stations. And the beauty of this is that you can stop it at any time, right? You can say, well, what about if we put this type of tree? What about if we change that elevation? What about if we put photovoltaics on that roof? So this is just to respond for national security. And we actually follow Holland security standards. So this is for me 21st century cities, but this was done with local talent, with local workforce, the future of our smart cities. Of course, bringing all the sustainable solutions and all the human potential integrated to it. So it's just a conceptual simulation. And
congratulations.
Yeah, I know, it's been a lot of work. Before you go, also I want to say, make sure you guys put in your calendar the Inner Self, Outer World by the USC IGM Art Gallery. I'm going to put this on our Encounter page. We're going to continue with presentations, so do not go. Just maybe the people that just arrived, can you just tell us your name and who you represent? And just 1 minute. Can you turn on the light? Just because some people, yeah.
And can we introduce Richard before?
Please.
Can we introduce Richard before we leave?
Sure.
Yeah. No, wait.
Oh.
Our host.
Okay.
On the hangout.
So how do we do that?
Just say whatever you get to mind. We'll just introduce him like everybody else.
So do you want to go next?
Sure.
Joel Mills with World Peace One.
Oh, okay.
We are in collaboration with the Discovery Cube, LA, and UCLA.
What's the image, Andrew? Oh, there we go.
Initiatives that are financed by music events. The team has done a lot of music and concerts over the years, and we're now creating. We've got a big event coming up August 24th, where our band's coming in from London to do a fundraiser called The Forgotten People, and it's a campaign to raise money and initiatives and put together a UCLA certificate program that really addresses homeless, veterans, immigrants, Syrian refugees across the board. So it's an educational initiative driven by revenues from music and concerts.
Great.
Does it address incarcerated people as well?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for that. I missed that one.
And I'm part of your transition.
We call this sort of our de facto home base. Marcella has, anyway, it's, yeah. She doesn't know this yet, but part of the reason I'm here is it looks like we've got the funds from the 51st Ag District to build a little mini village out at the Discovery Tube at Hanson Dam and put anywhere from 5 to 10 self-sustaining units, home units that are all different, but they're all self-sustaining. And you can imagine why I want to talk to you. But that's, I shouldn't have said that yet because it's not ink, but it's looking promising. And Mr. Ken Wyrick over there introduced me to Marcella, and what we were doing all really accelerated. So, thank you.
So happy to see you here.
Me? Okay. I'm Wayne Pushbeck. I'm an architect and urban planner. I think I'm in my 53rd year as an architect. I started when I was 18, and I met John Bollinger over here for the first time about a week ago, and after hearing all of you and what I've just learned in the last 30 minutes that I've been here, he's already done a good job for me. John, I think, came down here to meet with him, and my good friend Iskander, who is a cost estimator, worked with me at projects like the City of Hope. And
I can't walk well. Would you hold the screen closer to him? So
and so I'm currently, most of my work that I do professionally is in China. So I invest my time in about 500 acres of ranch. I grew up on a farm. I think I'm the only architect that I know who grew up on a farm and then became an architect, except for maybe Frank Lloyd Wright. Not to compare myself to Frank, but in any event, it's an exciting field. There's not many of us that really retire for architects. We love the profession and we just go until we drop. So, anyway, it's very exciting to be here and hear the things that you're into.
Thank you so much. Fantastic.
I'm Christian Alvarez, and I'm just here working on this. Just here to learn about all this community. So.
I'm planning a young team down at the Lacrette Center. Have you heard of the Lacrette Center?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It's downtown over, Syar. It's about 2 blocks from Syar. That's probably the hottest area of LA that I know of.
Very hot
down
there.
the Staples Center.
Absolutely. Everything happening there. And
I just attended by accident. But
that's why it's an encounter.
So anyway.
That's why it's just like a movie.
But anyway, I'm really pleased to be here. My name is Iskander. I run a small company called Iskander Associates. We do mostly costing, scheduling, data engineering, construction management, construction services. But the project that you showed there, the Crenshaw Metro, I put a bid on that one to be part of the team. But unfortunately, my team was less successful. We've done major projects all over the world, actually. And now I'm just trying to work with Wayne, see what he has that needs to be looked at, and John and I are going to be helping him on that process.
Beautiful. There's a sign-up sheet. Do you mind all of you guys signing? And then I can make sure that we all get each other's email. And I think we have the person that is being tracking all of you guys. I don't know if you can put the volume off, or maybe I can put the mic. Past introduction. Actually, we have 2, Richard and Michael. So, Richard, let me see if I can put the microphone. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm here. Do you hear me?
Okay.
Do you see me?
Let's see. They can. You can just say who you are, what you do, and you saw everybody. You probably saw better than anybody else. You were the best. And Michael is there too. Michael, are you there?
Yeah, Michael's there. I'll just say hello. So I'm up here in Canada, in Montreal, and much of my work has been done in the north, in Iceland and Norway especially. So I'm headed back to Norway quite soon, and we're doing regenerative architecture. So it's kind of closed ecological environments. And I'm an inventor, so most of the technology here is very practical building construction with innovations for energy saving. And we integrate the blue and the green. So that means basically aquaculture and vertical farming. So that's also called aquaponics when you combine the blue and the green. So I'm very excited to be with you.
Thank you. Michael? Michael Randler, are you there? Veronica, are you there?
Looks like Barack.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
Can
Yes.
you hear me, Marcella?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Well, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to be on this conversation with the Encounter Group. I apologize I couldn't be down there in person. And thank you for sharing some of the work out of the E7, recent work. I just want to talk about, how important this Los Angeles model is nationally, and the work that we're doing with FEMA and HUD to actually look at what civic engagement really should be about in terms of our built environment and all of its associative issues with health, education, and safety. And we think that the Promise Zone Slate C initiative towards transportation-oriented communities has such strong potential for a new pedestrian-based civilization that your Pandapopulis group has labeled an eco-civilization, and self-sustainability, and then eventually to get to what Richard's talking about, environments that are regenerative and self-contained and closed-looped, and what that really means in terms of its efficiency with biomimicry. So we're working, E7's working on this proposal, and working very closely on the Crenshaw Corridor, and also working with the Army Corps of Engineers and Army Research Laboratory on what the Los Angeles River means for regenerative architecture into STEM technologies. So those are some efforts that we're involved with, and I'm really happy Richard recorded this because there's a lot of people watching the work that's coming out of the ENCOUNTERla group. So that's it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Michael.
Fantastic.
Thank you for your brilliant work. Do we have Veronica? Do we have Luis Cruz? Okay, so that concludes the encounter today. So we can have, oh no, wait. I went blank. Jimmy. Yes. Actually, too, you're right. Answer. Look at the inventor right here. See, this is why we're doing this. Look at the inventor.
Yeah, this is my son, Joaquin Lizama, and he came in here asking to build right away. He's like, Dad, I want to build. I'm like, there you go. My name is Jimmy Lizama. I'm working with, it's called Reciclos, and I work with James Bledsoe on this project. The basic idea of Reciclos is to take bicycles that are bound for a landfill and putting those bicycles in the hands of students of all ages, who will then rebuild them into cargo bicycles to be put into partnerships and communities that would be able to use them for their daily existence and daily trips, such as carrying their kids like I do, groceries. One project we're working on is providing a local organization that's working with youth to deliver organically grown food within the communities to families who don't have access to that food, to the food desert. So we provide these with these bicycles to carry more vegetables and fresh fruits to these families who don't have access to them in a clean, environmental, and responsible way for everybody involved. A cargo bicycle generally will cost about $3,000 at a bike shop if you go buy one from anywhere. Bledsoe and I, with some youth from UCLA, built a cargo bicycle with recycled parts for $8. So the potential for getting these bicycles out of the world is huge for education, for environmentalism, and to just really create a new mobility form and anyway affect many things in one go. So that's the thing we're doing right now with.
He has a, yeah, I'll send you all his links
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all
yeah,
his,
yeah, yeah.
and he also is he writes poetry inspired by community.
No, indeed. Oh, yeah, and I'm very excited to be part of this group. Like, as Marcela has done so well, like it's just a way to connect dots and see how we all can interact together to create the world, the future, and the LA that we all really want to be living in. Because clearly, right now, it's not at its potential. One long-term goal for me, at least, once I encountered Marcela, is to in that market and that consciousness where we have different forms of mobility. So at LA Trade Tech, we have a mechanic program for motorcycles. We've got an automotive one for cars. We don't have them for bicycles. Why don't we? We need something like that in there that's really thinking differently about how we get around the city to make it into a much better place. That's one big goal for me, to see that in the future for this place. So.
Thank you.
And you know, all over the world you go, you see all these wonderful people with so many inventions on bicycles. I've seen, you name it,
exactly,
with different bikes. You know, it's just amazing.
Exactly,
you know.
And I get to meet him.
Yes, yes.
And as I saw that video that was showcased for Metro, I was thinking, so where's the solar panels that go over the bike that's elevated for all these cars?
Exactly.
The future's got to be different, and it's going to have to be different forms of mobility, and not just one way that's super disruptive to our world. So that's, again, what we aim to do in the long term.
And we're going to close today by
Marcela.
close the meeting. Do you want to tell us something? What do you think from what you see here when you enter here, when you say you want to build? Do you have something you want to tell us?
I tried to make sometimes people think I look like a vampire.
Nice. So, why vampire?
Because two of my teeth came out.
Oh, so you want to make a better world?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he did tell me that he was going to be the first person to ride a bicycle on the moon.
Is that right?
It sounds like it's the moon, but I'm actually going on Mars.
Oh, Dad! Thank you, everybody.
Marcela? Andrew?
For him to take his son either to the moon or to Mars. Okay? Using hyper-torsion scalar wave.
Thank you, guys. I hope you recorded this on the meeting. Thank you.
All right, Richard, we're going.
Yeah, Andrew.
Thank you, Richard.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Andrew, can I tell you something?
Please.
Yeah, the first two gentlemen that spoke, I didn't catch them actually. So that's the fellow with the Arduino, the small computer, and the next person.
The small. Okay.
Yeah, could we just do a little short interview with them? Yeah.
Yeah, his name's Ali. Ali.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need a Hollywood do-over. Can you come? We need a
Yeah, just a quick little interview because I happened to miss them actually in the live stream.
Perfect. Yeah, he's coming now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's talking with Les Samasaki. He'll be right here.
Ah, yes, okay.
An excuse.
Yeah? Well, Greg?
There's a blue square on the red line.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, everyone came grounded right into a halt.
Everyone else had a chance to make their introduction. Why don't you make yours?
Okay.
Yeah, we can talk with anyone right now.
Okay.
Yeah, go right ahead. Richard, this is...
Let me get a good background.
Okay.
Good background.
All right.
Backgrounds are important.
Backgrounds are important. Let's see here.
Okay, I can't see the.
You do.
You're live.
You're right there. Next to.
Oh, there I am. I'm the little picture. This guy's the big picture. That's not fair.
It'll look different.
Okay, turnabout's fair play. Okay, well, I am Gregory Wright.
Okay.
And I am late because of a bomb square on the red line. Another aspect of our decaying societal infrastructure in this country. Got guns going off, bomb scares, explosions, water mains bursting, cars crashing into buildings, carbon going into the atmosphere, a city of despair, depression, and decay, among some other things. Some of them are even.
Oh, we believe you.
So we're all here in the spirit of Buckminster Fuller,
Yay.
anticipatory design science to make this a better city, a better country, a better world, a better future for people and all other sentient beings with whom we share this sacred planet.
Gotcha. Thank you so much.
Yo!
I'll get on Grado.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked it. Let's see.
Totally off the top.
Bikes, but also just people pulling it. Or
You know,
pushing.
Oh, I'll wait. We have time.
Just join the conversation. Like you're interviewing. Well, your mic has to be a little closer, I think. Yeah, a little closer.
I don't know if you saw my message.
No, he didn't.
Maybe you could ask them if we could just jump in, and then we can not have this overly long. Which
Okay.
it is.
Excuse me, just a moment. We didn't get him his first introduction, so we'd just like you to do a do-over, and then you can get right up where you were.
My name is Ali Jakwani. I'm from USC Safe Communities Institute, and I'm working on this project where I'm giving computer building kits to children in South Central, middle school to high school children. And instead of giving them regular laptops, we're giving them these kits so that they're able to build and learn hardware knowledge and coding skills. And we're in partnership with several organizations, USC, LA Trade Tech, the company that makes these Raspberry Pi type computer boards. But they're a lot more advanced than Raspberry Pi. They have Arduino pinouts so you can interact with the physical world, and also it has motion sensors, or sorry, what are they? Motion access detectors and gyroscope, all these crazy things I don't even know about. I'm new to this. I YouTubed everything, and I was able to build a prototype. And now we're just in the final phases of making everything final so we can go start getting grants and funding so we can start distributing the kits. Hopefully, distribute the kits in the fall. And the website that's not complete yet, humanintelligencedesign.com. It's really still under construction, so don't expect anything extravagant just yet. But yeah, that's it.
Great. Yeah, here it is. Fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and it was nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Hopefully we get to see each other in person soon.
Right, that'd be
I'm
great.
gonna pass the iPad to the gentleman over here.
Hi, Les.
Okay, Richard.
Yeah, we're good. Hey, there you are.
Oh, hold on. There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's all we can do for the day.
Andrew Williams, my friend. Thank you for an exciting afternoon.
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All right, well,
I'll look forward
we'll
to
see how this comes out. It's quite a jam session.
I'm going to end this now and look for it on YouTube, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah. All right. Bye-bye, my friend.
Okay. Thanks so much.
We're signing off.